trying to make a change. Why these haters wanna take me out the game? I'm just a kid from Chicago, stocking on the low. Hands up if you made it in the go. I'm just a kid from Chicago. I want your neighbors with the clean up crew. It's that weekend music you can clean up too. Alarming facts, we got, we all struggle. But like Ace in that laundromat, we all hustle shit. Super cold, stupid shows, got stupid hoes. I love the city, long as I'm spitting something real, man, they fucking with me. The other niggas stay like, damn, they ain't fucking with me. These younger niggas wanna kill me, better tuck the Smitty. I love my city, just my...
It's the Black Terminator. Thank you for tuning in. TATN. And this is the first edition of the self-love show. Get knowledge of self. Myself, the Black Terminator. And also my co-host, Torry Wordsmith, my brother from another mother. We're just going to cover general topics from the perspective of men raised on the south side and the west side of Chicago. Give me a minute here and let me find out where he is. Please bear with me here. Getting through some technical issues. All right, so today I'm going to cover a few topics. I'm going to go over the presidential election. I'm actually going to reveal who the Black Terminator is voting for and why. So gives me a headache thinking about this election. It gives me a headache. But I don't want to tip my hat just yet. We're also going to go over a new law that's been approved by the Supreme Court. It's a very concerning law for the rights of a free citizen in a free country. Apparently, number 44, Barry Obama, I guess, had an executive order which prevented 12 from seizing property, et cetera, before even filing charges against someone. But there's law that the Supreme Court passed today saying that 12 can do just that. And also, I'm going to dabble in the NBA, which I haven't watched since COVID. And so hopefully I can get some information as to what's going on. And I would like to discuss some videos I posted in regards to certain individuals being afraid. So. One second.
My computer, the alarm is just spinning, so I turned it off and reset it.
Okay, that's cool. I was just making sure it wasn't nothing on my end. All right, bro. One.
Yeah.
All right, self-love show. Why the title? Self-love. Can't love anyone until you love yourself. I'd like to give you a definition according to the Oxford language. The definition of self. It's defined as a person's essential being that distinguishes them from others, especially considered as the object of introspection or reflective action. As an adjective of a trimming or cover of the same material and color as the rest of the item. All right, so let's talk about it. First thing I want to get into is your boy the Don, Donald Trump. And by the way, YouTube, I got permission to use that song. I got permission from the artist, so I don't want to hear any nonsense. And I don't know if the YouTube police was on me today. Maybe my spidey senses were just tingling. Maybe I'm just a little paranoid. I had a good friend who always told me, Terminator, just because you think the world is out to get you does not mean that they are not. So, yeah, so I'm smashing through Inglewood, trying to take care of some personal business. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know what I did. You know, I know I will assert my rights, freedom of expression, but everybody should know by now I'm playing Chinese chess. So, thanks for the escort. But YouTube, come on, don't do me like that. Positive, foundational Black American male. And we're just trying to get bread to the people. Why am I here? I'm tired of all this F stuff all over the media and the internet. All these pundits Everybody with their opinion. Some people never been to Chicago and they'll chime about that, and it's just so here we are. You get to talk to some big homies from Chicago, born and raised. This forum will have. There he is. There's Torry Wordsmith. I don't know if he's. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let's see if he's got that. And that's to unmute.
Yo, I had to, my computer wasn't working for me, so I had to go ahead and.
Oh yeah, don't trip. Don't trip. I was just explaining. I was explaining to the world what got the self-love show going. Pretty much, as far as the depictions of us in the media, the spokespeople, the pundits that they run out and put in front of the camera, and they're supposedly speaking on behalf of Black folks. Not hating at all, but it's just funny that I rarely hear my perspective. And when I talk to guys like you and other guys from our community, our perspective seems to be in alignment. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I was breaking down what our topics are today. I defined what self was according to the Oxford Dictionary, although that's not my definition of self. That's one of the things I want you to leave in your comments, in the comment section. Define self. Also, the election. I'm going to go over, who I'm voting for and why. And then I kind of went over the Supreme Court ruling on fascism, taking your property, seizing your property without any charges or anything like that. And then I wanted to skim over the NBA, see how people feel about what's going on in the playoffs. Is it a farce? Is there going to be an asterisk by it? Does anyone care what happens? So, self-love. Most of my subscribers probably know you, but you might want to, I'll give a little background. This is self-love, and I also go by self-love. That's how we came up with self-love. He's also Torry Wordsmith, and I'm Milz, the Black Terminator. And so this is my brother, my spiritual twin. If you check one of my videos, it was the ode to Tupac, ode to the pros. I indicated Torry Wordsmith, pretty much kept me from being on the streets of Shy, him and his family, and that was love. So this is this brother.
Yeah, man, I'm happy to be here, and very happy that we started this platform because it's going to be engaging and informative, and we might laugh a bit too. So y'all just get ready.
And I promise we got some great guests lined up, in the future. We're still getting everything set up, but we're gonna come at you. We're gonna come at you correct, and we're gonna keep it 100. I do want to say, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Excuse my language, YouTube. So, but if you don't like it,
it's not for you.
Yeah, you're not ready.
Like minds. I mean, we'll take different perspectives and all that, but no disrespect in any way, shape, or form, because we know how to deal with that.
Yeah, you should laugh and you should cry every day. Just not on national TV, LeBron, Doc Rivers. I want to ask you, bro.
Owens.
When you drive around today, are you afraid? Like when the police, get behind you, do you get anxious? Do the hairs crawl up? I mean, do you like crap your pants?
No.
Seriously? How do you feel when 12 gets behind
you? There's little butterflies initially, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not doing nothing, so it goes right away, and then I just deal with them accordingly. You know what I mean? no fast movements, talking to them. They ask me to get something. I ask them, can I move to get it? You know what I mean? Just to keep them from, doing what we see in these videos to me.
So you
So,
say you say butterflies, huh? You get butterflies from 12s behind you.
when anytime I hear sirens like that, I initially look, it's that mechanism, you know what I mean? And I see what it is, then it is what it is. And then I know what I got to deal with.
Yeah.
It's a long standing, decades I've experienced of crap with the police. So just learned over time, you grow up, you should grow up. So I grow up and now I handle it accordingly. It's just regular now.
So Torry Wordsmith's background is sound engineering. He's also a business owner and hip hop artist. And he's been in the community. And so, one thing I want to get into, and we'll do it a little later, is kind of how we moved and how to be a part of the community and be safe, pretty much, and how to move through the south side of Chicago, which you know how to move through the whole world. So kind of want to go through how you move. And so like you're a co-host, but this is our first show. So eventually every person that comes in and that jumps in, I'm gonna ask them, pretty much how they move. Now for me, I'm not really talking about when the sirens on, like for instance today, when they just, drive up on your, on your bumper. And one thing I like to tell any inexperienced driving around blacker, they're not gonna tell you this in driver's ed. They'll get on your bumper, and a lot of people are gonna get shook, or they're gonna get butterflies or anxiety, and you're gonna slow down or speed up, or you're gonna do something that gives them a reason to pull you over. So don't do it. Whatever it is, just do the speed limit, and that's it. So it would behoove you to comply, but that's for another show. For another show. So let's get into topics. So I'll say who I'm voting for and why. We'll say that for last. But you sent me something today saying that Donald Trump is nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. Now, is this President? Wait, now is this President Trump or is this another Trump? Is this the Donald Trump?
This is the Donald Duck Trump.
Well, if he can be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, then the Nobel Peace Prize is a farce.
Well,
it's a complete sham.
Well,
if he can be nominated, right? Or can anybody nominate anyone? Can you nominate me?
They can. They're saying that he intervened in the Israel and the Arabs in the Middle East, and he intervened in that, and that's why they nominated him.
So how he intervened was he usurped. Well, something happened over there, right?
Yeah.
Wow, farce.
The last president got one too.
No president should get a Nobel Peace Prize. First of all, we live in a war state. But this is the same award, say, Dr. Martin Luther King got. This is the same Nobel. Nelson Mandela, same award, right?
Yeah, it's different, little different, because it's a title. They give it out for different reasons. But his is along the line of what they gave for, I believe. But it's like one for science, and it's different categories of it. But he is. So, but you was right though. They were aligning with that. that's what they had to be aligning with. I don't know what else they Martin Luther King and Mandela could be winning if then something for humanity. And I guess that's what they're trying to copulate.
Okay.
You know, don't make much sense because he's, just like you said, it's first.
Yeah, I think that's pretty amazing that his name would even be thrown in the hat.
Yeah, I wonder who throws the hats though. You know what I mean? I'm not sure who decides that. Maybe we need to research that a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm adjusting my camera a little bit because this is not my regular setup, my computer. But you know, that's why you got backup.
This is true. I'm getting like, I don't know what this is. Like, so the live on YouTube is a little behind.
Oh, okay. That's what. All right, I see.
And
It's
so
like
I'm hearing
satellite.
stuff like 2 seconds behind, and it's like it's gotta be a way to get around that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. It's gotta be a way around that. We'll figure that out.
Yeah. You know, bro, I remember one time, you know, just as far as like moving around, you know, on the South Side, there's some things that first of all, I thank God, you know, I'm here, but there's some things about knowledge of self, about awareness, about respect.
Yes.
Minding your business, trusting your discernment, keeping it moving, not having the same pattern. There's things you can do. Somebody knocks on your door, you don't always say who is it and answer it. But there's things you can do that'll move you through that city. And the fact that things are so fast and so crazy at times, it makes you more aware and things slow down, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, I've started to walk my neighborhood now. I go for a walk, probably about 4 or 5 miles. I walk to the beach, and I walk because I see a lot of the same faces and everything almost every time I walk. So they're getting familiar with me as I'm getting familiar with them, you know, somewhat. At least they'll be able to recognize me, you know, at least, you know, from right around the crib to 5 miles from the crib. But I've grown up in this neighborhood all my life, so you know, but people might
Well,
not.
yeah, go ahead and tell it though for the
Yeah, I
subscribers.
said, yeah, people might not. I've grown up. I live in a house that my parents bought in 1968, and it's in South Shore area in a very secluded part, but it's right in the middle of South Shore. But it's a lot of people don't even know it's here.
Now, to be clear, he's not in Terrortown, to be clear, but go ahead.
Yeah, man. My brother, like 7 years older than me, he moved about effortlessly through gang infested area because he just was oblivious to it. He knew who people was or whatever, but he never understood it, and he could play basketball real good, so they kept him out of it. So by them keeping him out of it, when I came up, they pretty much kept me out of it. And I didn't have any problems. I didn't have any problems with any gang affiliations. I was nobody's op. Everybody knew that. I was a hooper too.
Well, 1 second, bro. In 19, you said 78 or so, but I'm just saying 1978, was it all black already?
Oh no. It was the Parkway where I live is 78. there was probably still 3 or 4 families on the block. 1, 2, yeah, 3. Yeah.
3 white families.
Yep. In 78.
All right, go ahead, man. I didn't mean to cut
In
you off.
68, my parents were the first to be here. And then 69, my aunt bought right next door. I don't know much until probably about 76 or something. My neighbor moved that's there now, right next door on the other side.
So when did you know that the neighborhood had changed and the gangs had taken a hold of it in a different way? When did you know that, oh man, things are different?
It was in the 80s. Because truthfully, I was kind of oblivious to all of it anyway as well. But they were like very few thugs in the hood, and everybody knew who they was. But you know, I was oblivious to gangs, and all of a sudden, it's like 4 or 5 gangs right around in this neighborhood. Just like, I want to say 83, 84. I can't really recall because, like I said, I was kind of oblivious to it.
Yeah, I mean, that corresponds when crack started showing up.
Yeah, well, crack didn't show up until they locked the L. Rookins up. Once they locked not Jeff Fort, the rest of the L. Rookins, because they were like, they was not having that. My guy I went to high school with, his uncle was L. Rookin, and he they was not playing with nobody selling no crack. Period.
Yeah.
So once they locked them up and said, you know, said there was a rocket launcher in there, and Gaddafi had provided them with a rocket launcher, and they were going to shoot down planes from O'Hare. I say bullshit, but you know what I mean. Bull crap. Forgot about it.
My understanding of that
YouTube.
story you know, it was sort of like entrapment. It was an informant, and they gave him the service to air missile, and I guess they had orders to shoot down a commercial plane. Yeah.
I never bought that story because I know somebody that, you know, like I said, my buddy's uncle. I don't know. He probably still locked up. So.
Well, I mean, technically, you could get an informant who's part of whatever nation you've built that's been compromised. Technically, you can get an informant since there's a conspiracy, right? So say if we're in an organization and you're the leader, I do something and I get compromised, right? To beat my time, I could participate in some shenanigans with the government, right? And build a case against you, and you don't know nothing about any of it, and you get gone for conspiracy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, you know, what happened. I just didn't believe that they actually found the shit in there. But I keep
well, then why don't the chief of police or the mayor get locked up for conspiracy?
They should. They ain't conspiring with that, but they are.
I just mean if it's racketeering, if it's RICO, then it's RICO, right?
It should be. It's RICO, man. This a lot of corrupt business.
Yeah,
Chicago, a lot of corrupt business.
God bless everybody. We vibrate love. You know, everybody got a job to do.
Yes, they do.
We understand we're in a matrix.
And ours is and ours is to
You know?
to inform the people. We vibrate love at all times, but the truth hurts sometimes. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
coming
it
with
is. And sometimes you got to stand on it. You got to at least stand on it. I mean, if I can't talk about it, then I got to be about it, right?
yeah, yep. Crook County, one of the largest counties in America. Crook County, called Cook County, but the state, like last 3 governors or something, or 2 of the last 3 governors went to prison. One still in.
Oh, you talking about the governors?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
3 since.
Donald got one of them out, so.
Oh, he did? I didn't pay attention to that.
I think he pardoned, what's his name?
Blagojevich.
Yeah.
I heard him say somebody might, but
Maybe it didn't happen. Let me Google it.
that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, and it should tell you.
Oh, you did February 18th. Okay. Yep.
It should tell you that they probably all need to be arrested.
Yeah. Wait, I didn't really agree with his arrest. He just talked a lot. He didn't do anything. Like I'm a firm believer. Like you gotta commit a crime. You know what I mean? He just talked about it. They ain't even let him do it. He wasn't gonna do it. They locked him up. Gave him a grip too. 14 years.
Yeah, he got locked up because they didn't like him.
No,
I mean?
no, because he was trying to hold that thing hostage.
Yeah.
That Senate
But
seat or whatever it was.
I think JoJo
seat.
Capone was saying something about he working with Blagojevich to, I guess, do something. They was trying to.
Okay.
I guess they. You know what I mean? So
yeah. He did have some programs and stuff that was working for people. You know what I mean? But he ran his mouth too much. They was on him, and he ran his mouth like a faucet. And when you do that,
yeah, he wouldn't take a plea, he'd yap it, and he was
down the drain.
He was cocky in the media too, wasn't he?
So shit, he went right on down the drain with it. But
yeah. Hold on, let me I'm gonna try to figure out how I get. Hold on. It's annoying, man. It's YouTube playing in the background.
You probably just gonna have to listen to Zoom, and that it's going there already. So just know that it's going there already, and check it every so often. And then if it's messed up afterwards, you can edit this and then re-put it out. You know what I mean?
Let me see something. I think I got something. Wordsmith.
All
Say
right.
something.
1 2.
Okay, hold on. I think I figured something out. Takes a genius. See, I got the genes in the good genes in the family, I guess. Guess what I did? I paused the YouTube video playing in the background.
And is that? I wonder if that's pausing the live.
It can't be, can it? Check. Let me check. But there's no way to expect me. There's no way they could expect me to sit there and do this. It's impossible. No, it's still going.
I wonder if that's pausing the live. It can't be. Can it? Check. Let me check.
That's funny.
Okay, we got some stuff in the chat. There's
no way to expect me.
Say Eureka, Africa. Chicago has always functioned in corruption. Yep. And Mr. Brown said corrupt alderman too. Look at that, the Parkway. What up, though? Yeah. Yeah, man.
Damn,
Yeah,
what the
it's still
chat?
going. But that makes a
Yeah, I
huge.
see it. What the? How I
You
get to the damn
responding?
chat?
See, I can respond. I'm responding like off the street, but let me see. Hold on. Let me respond in the chat. There's got to be a better way. Everybody, I'm learning. All right. We're going to have to get some moderators around here. Some people
Yeah, we are.
going.
What's going on, Africa?
Yeah, I said what's up to the chat.
Yeah. I got to keep that up too.
All right, so let's see what the chat said. Corrupt alderman. Through and through.
Man.
Now, you remember we had some hope with Harold Washington.
Man, he was tremendous.
Now, my mom, you know, it was a time when I lived out west, right? But I always went to school, you know, in Hyde Park.
Right.
And my mom, we would get off the Lakeshore Drive at like 47th Street, right? You know, to go to school. And he had that apartment. And literally, almost every day when we happened to drive past, he would be, that was the time, that was like, he was like clockwork. And that was the time he was come out to do his jog, whatever. Saw him like every day, you know, Harold Washington. Just, you know what I mean? Just tell you how growing up over there, you know, me and Ronton wrestling around, you know, in Jackson Park. Jesse Jackson walking past, you know, told us we got to get up. What do you think? I remember he said, I remember Jesse told me, he said, what do you think these white people think when they see y'all rolling around? We were like, what, 8, 9 years old, rolling around, you know, like slaves. They said something like that. And I'm like, I don't see no white people around here. I ain't seen no white people around here my whole life. The only person talking to me is you. I haven't seen any white, you know, in Jackson Park, because we was walking from Hyde Park to South Shore, you know?
Yeah, Big Mark's father was worked with Harold Washington. He was
part of the campaign?
Part of his detail, security detail.
Security, yeah.
So we was down.
He's
we was down there.
with
the when he won and all that. We was in the hotel.
Hold on.
We had a hotel room kicking it. Young people.
Say what?
Said when he won, we was down at the hotel where his campaign was. We had a suite. We was kicking it.
Yeah. Now, he died during his second term, right? Heart attack, massive heart attack.
Yeah, it was the second term, end of the
Does
first.
Anybody in the chat know? Yeah, I think it was the second term.
I know. I remember we were headed, I think, to a baseball tournament or it's either baseball or basketball. I can't remember when it was when he passed out. Look that up.
And you know, Fast Eddie Verdoliak had put up a cluster. Fast Eddie had put up a cluster of opponents against Harold.
Yeah.
All right, but we off topic. All right, so the fastest law. Let me pull this up for the chat.
Yeah, November 25th, 1987. I was on my way to a basketball tournament.
But he was in office, right? When he passed.
Yeah. Yes.
And rest in power, Harold Washington.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So
you know, I can give a disclaimer here, a legal disclaimer. So blah 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 because blah 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 blah, and we're blah 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 because blah 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 blah. And that's my disclaimer. But this is from the Washington Post article in Sessions Green Lights Police. to seize cash, property from people suspected of crimes but not charged. But this is by Sari Horowitz, and it's not breaking news. I think it's this is from 2017.
Yeah.
But now, the fact that I'm just really getting wind of this should tell you something's wrong. Should tell you that this matrix is fueled by ego and greed. See, without ego and greed, there would be no slavery. I guess I could throw fear in there, some sort of equation. Ego, greed, fear, no slavery. Ego, yeah. But here we go. The Justice Department announced a new federal policy to help state and local police take cash and property from people suspected of a crime, even without a criminal charge, reversing an Obama administration rule prompted by past abuse by police. Deputy Attorney General Rod J. Rosenstein said the Justice Department will include more safeguards to prevent the kind of problems that have been documented in the past. Police departments will be required to provide details to the Justice Department about probable cause for seizures, and federal officials will have to more quickly inform property owners about their rights and the status of seizures. We know who this is going to affect, because as I read just a little bit further, bear with me, as I read, as I read a little bit further, you're going to see that this is, they're targeting the descendants of slavery, the political prisoners, the so-called African Americans in the United States. The goal here is to empower our police and prosecutors with this important tool that can be used to combat crime, particularly drug abuse. Used to combat crime, particularly drug abuse. Oh, we've heard this before. We've heard this before. Haven't we heard this before, people?
Yes.
Aren't we going to wake up? Aren't we going to wake up? Now, this is going to enable us to work with local police and our prosecutors to make sure that when assets are lawfully seized or stolen, that they're not returned to criminals when there's a valid basis for them to be forfeited. So who gets the assets? Let's see. 2 years ago, get to the
and the department get it? The police department gets it.
Yeah, they get it. So they can buy more cannons and stuff.
More crap.
You know, they got like,
and you know how we trust the police. We definitely trust Popo.
Sorry, they got like Ferraris and stuff, man. They got they got nothing to do with the money.
Yeah. If they probably confiscated the Ferrari and didn't sell it and just kept it. I think it was Juice, man. His family, he got sick and he got a settlement from somebody, and he had cash and he was coming back to the crib and got pulled over. Somebody got pulled over for speeding or something. And they took the money, never gave it back. I think he was struggling trying to get it back. I don't know if he got it back or not, but it was
are you talking, was this a pink guy?
Nah.
Okay, I was thinking of another case.
Juice, they used to be one of top freestyling dudes.
Oh, Juice. You talking about MC Juice?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Oh, it's been a while, but man, that happened. I was like, man.
Okay, yeah. Say Eureka in the chat says Harold Washington's funeral was held at Johnny Coleman's church. You know, I actually attended that church during my high school years. She talked a lot about a lot of metaphysical training. She talked about Christ. People didn't believe it, but she talked about prosperity and having your mind on God and lifting your head up and starting your own business. You know, that's the kind of stuff she was on. But because she was a female at that time, she was one of the only definitely African-American females with a big mega church like that. She took hell from, the other so-called ministers. And she didn't allow even her what do you call them? Her church members could not have a funeral in their church. So his was literally the first funeral in the church, and how the demon spent it, how the media spent it was, oh, she's just trying to suck pub, and she won't even let her own members, have funerals there, but she'll do it for Harold Washington. That's how they spent it, and it created a schism, divide and conquer.
Always.
Yeah, yep. And if anybody had really been paying attention to her teachings, it was all about just vibrating love. That's what she talked about, and I don't think people could take it because it was from a Black woman. The church is still there, and I think I went maybe a few years back. I don't want to say anything, can't say nothing nice. I'll just say this: it wasn't the same.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it just wasn't the same. That was one of the churches, bro, that actually look forward to going to.
Yeah.
And she didn't have you in there all day with a bunch of blah blah. You know what I mean? Repeating the same stuff. She got you in and out. It was orderly. You wasn't stuck in the parking lot for 45 minutes getting it. She ran it, and it was a sight to see, and everybody outside of that church hated on her because her flock, instead of sitting around eating fat back and scavengers, you know what I'm saying, and sugary cakes, they was building libraries, and they were getting homes, and you know what I mean. She was preaching prosperity, and people spent that into greed, and yet we live in a society that's fueled by ego and greed. So it's okay for everybody else to get money but us.
Except for Black people. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the craziness. Everything is for everybody in the world but us.
But us.
Got us more trained at stopping each other than anybody else.
Well,
crazy.
When you get into the mindset of some of the DNA we both got of the oppressor, then you have to realize it was work for them to whip us. So how nice would it be to get somebody you call a supervisor, who happens to be in blackface? Well, he has no choice, and his job is to whip the slaves. How psychological is that?
Went on for centuries too. So madness.
What was that?
Said it went on for centuries, and it was madness. That's madness.
Yeah. So let me see. Yeah. So I want to ask the chat. Maybe y'all leave comments. I guess that law wasn't new. However, it's new to me. The government, just with probable cause, haven't even got enough to bring charges against you, can take your stuff. Now, the way I feel is they constantly write laws and they make them look like they're for the people. But at the end of the day, it's complete nonsense.
Yeah, I agree.
Have you been following the NBA, bro?
A little bit.
Where they at? The finals? Western, Eastern finals?
Nah, it's still the quarterfinals right now. Boston and Toronto are playing right now. It's in the fourth quarter. Just went to a commercial, but it's in the fourth quarter. It's 98-98. Less than a minute left, I believe.
Oh yeah, Torry. Say Eureka said hello.
Yeah, I said hey to her when I saw that. I looked at the chat too. I found it.
Oh, you found it on the Zoom or on your phone?
On my phone.
Yeah.
I just pulled up YouTube to make sure whatever. And
yeah,
it's a good amount behind us because I was like, let me look it up, and then I looked it up and turned it on, and then I said, oh, I'm gonna look it up.
Send that. Share that link with some people. Let me share it. Let me share it with Coach. Mr. Brown said he was at the funeral.
Yeah.
Trying to think. No, I wasn't there.
I don't know if I was there.
Was I there? What year was that?
87.
I don't know if I was there. No, I would remember that. No, I didn't go. But I was a member of the church at that time.
Did you share it to Greater Bay New TV?
Show what?
Share this.
Nah. Yeah, share it to that and to the network, you know. And you know. Mr. Brown says, I don't think enough black people follow the laws being passed or take the people elected to local offices to task.
Facts.
Yeah, Mr. Brown. I agree with the second part. It's kind of on the fence with the first one. I think a majority of black people follow the laws being passed. And I think we shouldn't follow any of them. But it's just me. I mean, when they're loaded against me, Mr. Brown. But yeah, we should all be about the local offices, and that's
Yes.
who we need to support. And we need to handpick our people, and we need to come out in droves and secure our own communities before we don't have any communities. And you know that's what it's coming to. We're losing communities. We're going to be scattered, you know, all around.
With a 2030 plan, they're gonna be moving everybody into these city centers and keeping the land in the rural areas and all that for whatever they're gonna do or whatever. Gonna be talking about it's not renewable. Saying that the land out there is not gonna be renewable. Is they trying to squeeze us all into these city centers and make us straight up depend on the state, closing all the small businesses.
Yeah.
That's part of what this pandemic is closing all the small businesses. And
You got to be careful on YouTube.
Yeah, you're
Don't
right.
flag it, and then it won't go up. But I hear you, bro. I hear you, Mr. Brown. I mean, understand or know the law. Yes. What Mr. Brown was saying is he doesn't think enough black people understand or know the laws being passed.
That.
Yes, that's flesh. That's facts, and that's one of the goals. You know, there's some things coming, people. You know, so that's one of the goals. That's actually one of the goals, educating our young men and women as to their rights and asserting their rights. Bill of Rights for Dummies, so to speak, you know, an app, something. Yeah. We got to know our rights. You know, one of the guys I follow on YouTube, he says, rights are like muscles. And if you don't exercise them, you lose them. And you have to assert your rights or you lose them. So Eureka just shared to Facebook. You and Tori will do this again so that we can share this better. Yes, say Eureka, this is kind of like a beta test. This is the first thing. Normally it'll be 1 hour, and we'll be a lot more prepared, and we'll have guests lined up as well. So this is just kind of introducing you guys to us, those who didn't know us, and this is going to be uploaded to YouTube. I guess it's on YouTube now. See how it's a delay?
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. I had, when I said, let me look it up, and we were both cutting it on.
Yeah.
As soon as I cut it on, it said, let me look it up. It was a trip. Said what we had just said.
But the thing, Zoom should automatically mute it. You know.
I think there's got to be something in there to do that. It would
Yeah.
only make sense.
Let me send a link out.
How much
Did you
longer
send
we
one to
got in the
Coach?
hour? No, I didn't. I thought I heard you said you was, so.
Yeah, Mr. Brown said he's watching on YouTube. So let me see. Repeat the login. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Repetition makes recognition. Let me dig this out of here. I won't do the whole thing as much, but I will read you the gist of it. And it's really bizarre. Torry Wordsmith sent this to me, and I'm like, man, I must have just had my head like all the way up my wazoo.
If it was
The fact that I
2017,
didn't even hear about it before Obama,
we
Obama
probably
wrote an
agreeing.
executive order to get rid of that nonsense.
Yeah, because I that's why I said the juice thing was before. That's before Obama got rid of it.
Right.
And I'm like, man, that's crazy. That was crazy.
Sessions greenlights police to seize cash property from people suspected of crimes but not charged. It was a Washington Post article by Sari Horowitz. And here's my disclaimer, blah, 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 legal jargon, blah, 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 because blah, 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 entertainment purposes. So the Justice Department announced a new federal policy. Okay, policy. That's interesting. Policy doesn't sound like a law to me. Wednesday, to help state and local police take cash and property from people suspected of a crime. So I really feel like in preparation for whatever it is they may be trying to prepare us for, that they're going to use this policy to go inside the Black communities and take cash and guns out of the hands of Americans. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But it's not even a law according to this, it's a policy.
Well, it's because it was really people catching people on the highway. That was the main thing they were doing. They catch people out of state with a whole lot of cash. They were just jacking it.
Right. There was just, yeah, there was one particular state, I can't remember that. Yeah, they were really bad.
Arizona, I think.
Real bad. It was somebody did a YouTube on it, and it was a big news story.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was just, and they didn't even want the drug dealers. They was just taking the property in the cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But so that was a template for what now is going to be used in your community, just like they can be on the highway and doing it. They're going to use it in your community, and somebody can write anything in a police report has been proven over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And under what authority do you have to take this human being's cash and property? This is not America.
We can't let this. We gotta speak
policy.
up about this. We gotta. It's hot right now. We gotta do something. They gotta listen. They gotta listen.
How did you come across that?
I got this news feed thing that just send me a bunch of stories all day. I don't look at all of them, anything, but sometimes some interesting pop up.
Yeah. Okay,
you're talking about
but just so the viewers know, we've got lined up topics. Coming down the line, we got some really good stuff that I think is going to be edifying. We're going to get points of views from different African Americans, their experience here in America. from their time frame. We're gonna have NFL players, former NFL players, and doctors, lawyers, all types of Black professionals. Most of them from the city of Chicago, just to help dispel this notion that everybody's gun-toting gang member, which
completely false.
is what it is. But yeah, it's just to show people that guys like us exist. And
Black
so
excellence.
we got, what's that, bro?
Black excellence.
Exactly, Black excellence. And you guys know how I feel about fear. It's an illusion, and we got to continue to vibrate love. Let me see if the chat's got anything to say about the NBA. Nope. I think how long we've been doing this? I think that's gonna wrap it up. Hey, Self, look at this. Let me show you. Your ship. This is our theme song. Hold on, I'll show you. I don't think you was on yet. Scooter.
Scooter.
Your ship. KB and
yeah.
Hold on. Hold on a second. This is gonna be the theme song.
Trying to make a change. Why these haters wanna take me out the game? I'm just a kid from Chicago. Stacking on the low, hands
Oh yeah, I
up,
know this song.
made it in the go. I'm just a kid from Chicago. Era of street thieves, cause terror when we squeeze. The home of stepper sets, bootleggers with CDs, the black souls, the foes, Latin Kings, GDs, the vice lords, the stones, new breeds and BDs. All we know is go hard, in the go we go hard. All we know is right now, we don't wait on no God, we don't pray.
Yeah, that's gonna be the intro and the outro. Moving forward on the self-love show, but we'll rotate different things, and but that's the main thing right there, people. And YouTube, I got permission, so I don't want to hear any nonsense out of you guys, because you guys are always trying to censor people. But I appreciate this platform that you give us. We're going to build this platform one subscriber at a time. Once we build this platform, we're going to get a website so that we're no longer slaves to YouTube and their censorship.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, we'll take it from there. Self-love, aka Torry Wordsmith. You got anything you want to wrap it up? Any commentary?
Just want to say, everybody vibrate love, and let's move in this positive direction and bring light to the world. And check my music out, Torry Wordsmith. You can find me on all streaming platforms. Real hip hop. Real hip hop.
That's it. That's facts. Flesh. Real hip hop. Torry's page is linked to my page for the subscribers. He's got one of his videos actually on there. I want to say when they go low, go on high. Y'all know me. Bullets are boomerangs. You put that karma out there, that karma's going to come back. Murder is suicide. That's why thou shalt not kill. Silence is violence.
Violence.
So open your mouth. If you see something, say something.
Say something.
Man up, stand up. That's it. Appreciate y'all attendance, and I promise you, we'll be back on Saturday, and we'll have something special for you. It's going to be Saturday at same time, and that's going to be what, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard, which is 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Love
Thank y'all for attending. We appreciate you. Much love, honor, respect.
Make a change. Why these haters wanna take me out the game? I'm just a kid from Chicago. Stacking on the low, hands up if you made it in the go. I'm just a kid from Chicago.